See, it ain't really about what you've been through, it's about what you get through. We all been through something, you hear me? But fighting through it builds character, builds strength, perseverance.
I wish that I can heal from all the shit that I've been through. I wish I can go back to when it was me and you. I wish I had the answers to all these fucking problems. I wish I had some Glocks, AKs, and revolvers. These bitches did me wrong.
I'm gonna ask you. So tell me what's new.
Just been working. Dropped the greatest ever album 2 weeks ago. Getting a great response for that. Now we're just going to the promo and the marketing of that and staying consistent and staying busy.
So what are you listening to right now for inspiration?
Inspiration for me, probably would be Wale, Big Sean. I listen, like, those are my go-to just as far as just sheer lyrics and concepts and delivery and just overall inspiration. I mean, those guys are great at storytelling. So that's what I'm trying to dig into now, is getting more in tune to myself and storytelling.
What's your thoughts on death and dying and the phrase gone too soon?
It's a tricky thing. I mean, I look at it as like, as far as musician or just creatives as in general, like when they go, they always say that, that they impact the world, or they was here to do a job, and once their job is done, they go. So that kind of like freaks me out sometimes. I don't want to accomplish my dreams sometimes. I'll be thinking like, okay, well, once I do it, that means this, because you look at the Left Eyes, the Aaliyahs, you know what I'm saying, the Tupacs, the Biggies, the Eazy's, the list goes on and on, the Selenas, whoever. They made an impact on the world at a short period of time at a young age, and they just vanished. And it's just like, yo, I think they were just here to make an imprint on the world and change lives and create a legacy. And then once that job was done, it was just gone. So that kind of freaked me out sometimes. Like, sometimes I don't want to know what my purpose is, because I don't want to like accomplish it and then that be it for me. Because I feel like it's just so much more that I want to do. It's so much more I want to get into, and I feel like I haven't got there yet.
What does support look like to you?
Just being there. It's not really about the money. It's just support. It's like reposting, liking, commenting, sharing, conversations, motivations, criticism. Like, all that stuff to me is like support. It's just being there and being aware and by any means and just being there when nobody isn't, or just listening, or just giving feedback, or even if you don't like it, you still support it because you know me personally. Because I think sometimes, like most artists or creatives in general, somebody knows you personally, they tend to not support you as much as a stranger would, because they're like, oh, that's genius. Like, I don't have to support him because I know him personally. I can call him, you know what I'm saying? But when you think about it, those are the support that we're looking for as artists and creatives. We're looking for the people that we actually know, that know us from being kids to grown-ups, and they know our journey and our struggle of trying to get to a certain place. We need that support more than a stranger support, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's really what it is for me.
What does consistency
Consistency is just being active, just being prepared. If you're a creative, then you can be put in a situation where you probably let's just say you're going to somebody else's studio session, and let's just say you're a producer, right? And then that artist that's there, you're just going to vibe out and chill, but then that artist is like, damn, I need some beats, you know what I'm saying? I need some beats. And you're a producer, it's like, oh shit, like, I got beats. Now you put in a situation where you can actually potentially be put into a position or a situation to where you can expose your music and network and do stuff like that. So just being active, being ready, being in the moment, continue to work, continue to inspire, continue to learn. Like I watch YouTube videos all the time on other producers on how they do certain things, or shortcuts, or their marketing plans, or what are their trials and tribulations, the mistakes they made. I always pay attention to that, so that way when that happens to me, or I'm put in that same situation, I can kind of maneuver off their mistakes, or even off my own personal mistakes, and try to get to a better position from there.
What's the perception of the West Coast? Are you okay with what's perceived about the artists and the music?
That's the tricky thing. I think the perception of the West Coast is either two lanes of music. It's either the 90s gangster rap, or it's the 2000s ratchet club kind of rap, or gangster rap in club form, you know what I'm saying? Which is okay. I think it's a lane for everything, but there is also intellectual artists, like I feel like, or lyrical artists that has actual something to say, or concepts, or stories, or something that really means something to somebody. Because everybody, even though you may have grown up in a poverty area, or a gang banging area, you may not be exposed to that. You may not be one, so you may not be relatable to certain things. So there's always a different perspective, and I think I come from that side of it, just giving a different, view and outlook of certain music or topics. I mean, because we basically can be talking about the same thing. I can be talking about the same thing as a gangster rapper, but just in a different perspective. But the concept is the same. But I may give you a different view from the other side, from what they're giving it to. So I think all of it's needed. It's just I think there's other artists, that has something to say that's very valuable and that can touch people, just like certain other type of music touches people. It just depends on how you deliver it.
Is your plan to stay independent or eventually be signed?
The goal is to be signed. I feel like, independent is cool. You get to make your own rules, and it's a lot more groundwork. It's a lot more work. And based off of, I think independent, you're really based off of contacts and connections, who you know and who you can get in contact with to make certain things happen. With a major, you can kind of sit back and, I guess, focus on music a little bit more, because they got all the contacts and the resources to get your music out to everybody. And I'm more of a creative, so I'd rather just sit in the studio and create all day long and let them deal with all the logistics and all that type of stuff. I just want to create and keep creating and being able to create and just stay in that zone, instead of like having to create and go home and figure out how I'm going to get it to this person, get it to that person. Because my thing is, before I sign to a major, I'm basically independent now, so I'm already making the music, going home, trying to market it and get it out to the people. Now, if I got it to the label and I'm signed there, then I feel like my job is complete in a sense. They'll do all that, and I can focus on creating the best music possible. So I'm more focused on that right now, just creating the best material and stuff possible, and let them deal with all the getting it out to everybody and all the technical, all the phone calls and emails and all that stuff that comes along with it. That shit is a headache after a while.
Given the opportunity, what crew or label would you sign to?
Man, it's so many. You got, let's see, just name a few. You got TDE, you got the ASAP Mob, you got Dream Chasers, you got, there's so many rap crews, man. I know I'm missing a lot of them. Dreamville, yeah, it's a lot. Sheesh. Maybach, Young Money. Damn, how many crews? Good Music, with Kanye and them. Sheesh. I think for me, my best fit, like if I had a choice, like my best fit would just be Dream Chasers with Meek Mill. I think that would be just the best fit for me, because they move fast, and it's like, I guess it's like non-conventional. Like they put out music a lot, and I work fast, so I think for my best situation, the type of music I make and how flashy I want to be and flamboyant and all that shit, like I think that would be like the best crew for me, because I know like once I get to that point, like I'm gonna be like how Meek is, or how he be stunting and shit. Like I feel like that's like my alter ego or some shit. Like, so I definitely would want to sign there if I had an option out of all those, for sure. Now, if I'm looking for like pristine, by the book, structure and shit like that, then it'd be TDE. Like all they shit is scheduled. Like you're not dropping for a couple years. You're gonna sit back and cook up, and we're gonna make a proper, like, you know what I'm saying? That shit is dope as fuck to me too. Or Dreamville is the same way. That shit is dope as fuck to me too. But the way I make music, how fast I make it, I be wanting to put that shit out fast as fuck. Like, so I don't be wanting to wait. Even though sometimes it's better to wait, it's just for me, I be wanting to just give that shit away. There's no sense of holding it. Like I want to just drop that shit at any given moment. So I want to be somewhere where I can have my own creativity and just release music when I want to, and not having to sit back and wait. For sure.
If offered a contract right now, what would be the ideal situation?
The ideal situation for me is just, it's not even about the money, because the money is gonna come, it's gonna be there. And just being able to just giving the free range to create. Like don't box me into where like you want me to make a certain type of music or give me certain records that I'm not familiar with or like I'm not into, just to give me a certain sound. Like let me just create, let me sit in the studio, lock in, let me make my own beats. You can connect me with other producers or artists, but let me just like let me start the process of it. Let me get the motor running, you know, and you just feel the car. Let me get the shit going, you feel the car. And that's how I look at it. Like I just want to have creative control. That's a better word for it. I want to have creative control. I want to go in the studio and make what the fuck I want to make, say what I want to say, and create music how I create music. I don't want to be structured and I have to have a certain sound or try to give me writers and all that corny shit. Like, let me do what I do. If you sign me, then that means you believe in me in some type of capacity. So let me do what you signed me for. Let me create.
Alright. What's a few negative things you see about the music industry and making it out?
I think starting off with negative stuff is, I don't know if it's negative because it's a positive in a way. People not taking, you know, their artistry serious. A lot of artists make like, or say the craziest shit on records, you know, that sometimes it works for certain artists. So I don't know if that's really negative because it worked for them. But for me, just wanting to really create and have a meaning behind my art, purpose behind my music and a story and a feeling behind it, just behind that just sheer lyricism, to me it's negative. But what works for me may not work for somebody else, just like it's vice versa. So I really can't say if it's negative. But I wish it would be just more, people take more time in creating their music. But then again, how the social media is and how streaming is, everything is fast as shit. So I guess you don't have that much time. Depending on the type of artist you are, you don't have that much time to sit back and really think about what you're saying or what you're rapping about, unless you're a different type of caliber of artist. But for what I'm going to, I want to perform in stadiums and arenas. I don't want to perform in clubs. So that's the separation. Like most of the artists now are like club artists, or they make out a hit song or, and they're in the club and it's bunched up with, you know, that shit is cool too, but I want to perform for the masses. I want to walk out and be in Coachella or, you know, at Staples Center or Madison Square Garden, like big ass stadium. I want to be that type of artist where it's a co-following, it's a big ass mass, and it's not just a club hosting or a club performance because I only got one song and they're playing that shit 1,000 times in the fucking club. I want to have a full body of work.
Alright, cool. So we're gonna play a game. I'm gonna ask. Oh, it's called Quick Questions, Quick Answers.
Yeah.
And you're gonna answer the questions quickly, and then we're gonna move on to the next one.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Favorite player?
LeBron James.
Favorite artist?
Lil Wayne.
Favorite restaurant?
Benny Hannes.
Motivation?
Kylie and Demir.
Who are those? Oh, you're
The kids. Yeah, for sure.
Cash or debit?
Cash.
Fast or slow?
Slow.
$2 million or 2 million followers?
Yo. $2 million. The followers sound good as fuck though. For sure.
50 loyal fans or 50 IG followers? 50,000 IG followers?
50 loyal fans or 50,000 IG followers. I'll say 50 loyal fans. Those, I mean, they'll make purchases and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Thick or slim?
Slim thick. Yeah.
Think or speak?
I'm a thinker. I'd rather think. For sure.
Loved or respected?
Respected.
Nice. Single or committed?
Committed. Yo. Committed.
Says L.A. Reid or DJ Khaled?
L.A. Reid.
Nice.
L.A. Reid for sure.
This is a big one. Producing or rapping?
Yo, doing both? Oh shit. I get more of a joy producing. Just sitting back creating, you know, something out of nothing. You just sitting there with a blank canvas and you creating something. I get more joy from producing for sure.
Nicki or Cash Doll?
Danny Lay.
Oh.
Yeah, and Danny Lay. I love Danny Lay, man. I can't even front, bro. Yeah, I'll take Danny Lay over all of them for sure. 100%.
NBA or NFL?
NBA.
Sports car or luxury car?
Luxury.
Alright. Oh, any final words you want to say to the people out there?
If you rocking with me, just stay consistent, be there with me. I'm creating some dope things for y'all. I'm always in the studio making something happen. If you support me, just support me through it all, and we're gonna make something happen. Yeah, the greatest ever.